She has been educated in everything. Languages, 4 of them, 2 of which are no longer spoken by anyone else alive. Music, the harpsichord, the viol, the specific compositions that the house has played for 3 centuries. History, the house's history, which is also the history of the region, which the house has been careful to make synonymous. Deportment, correspondence, the management of estates, of accounts, of staff. She has been educated in everything the house requires a daughter to know. She has not been educated in the house itself. Isaveth moves through the morning rooms, the long gallery, the library, the dining room set for a breakfast. No one will eat. She has grown up in these rooms. She knows every portrait, every piece of silver, every window's quality of light. She does not yet know why the silver is never touched, without cloth between the hand and the metal. She has not thought to ask. Some things in the house are simply the way things are done here. The breakfast that is laid but not eaten, the mirrors in the east wing that are always kept covered, the staff who do not make eye contact with the matriarch, the dogs that will not come indoors. She has grown up inside these things, the way you grow up inside a language, without translating it, without asking what it means, because it is simply the air, and you breathe the air, and the air has always been this air. Today is her 22nd birthday. The matriarch has asked her to come to the portrait hall this evening. It is time, she has said, for you to understand the house. She has always been this age. Isaveth has photographs, daguerreotypes, from 60 years ago, found once in a drawer she was not supposed to open. The woman in them is the same woman who sits at the desk before her now. Same face, same hands, same quality of stillness that Isaveth has always read as composure, and is beginning to reconsider. The matriarch does not look up. When Isaveth enters, she finishes what she is writing. The pen is old. The handwriting is the handwriting in the house ledgers that go back 200 years. She sets down the pen. She looks at her granddaughter with the specific attention of someone who has been watching a thing grow toward its purpose and is now assessing its readiness. She is proud. This is visible. She loves this girl completely. This is also visible. What is not yet visible to Isaveth, but will be by nightfall, is that these 2 things, the pride and the love, have a third element. They have been in service of all along. She begins to speak, not about what Isaveth is, about what the house is, what it requires, what it has always required, what every daughter of this blood has come to understand. On the evening of her 22nd year, Isaveth listens. She is good at listening. She has been educated in it. The afternoon light through the study windows, amber, long, the late light of a day that is ending as it always ends, with the house preparing itself for what it does in the dark. Isaveth's face as she listens, the face of someone receiving information that is rearranging everything. It touches as it arrives. She does not interrupt. She has been educated not to interrupt. When the matriarch finishes, she rises and says, "Come to the portrait hall at nightfall. There is one more thing you need to understand." She leaves. Isaveth sits in the empty study. For a long time, the afternoon light goes. The hall runs the length of the east wing. 43 portraits. 3 centuries of the bloodline, framed in dark wood, lit by candelabras that cast the amber of old flame on faces that go back further than living memory. Isaveth walks the hall alone. She has walked it 100 times. She knows every face. The first daughter, the founding matriarch. The daughters who married into other houses. And the daughters who did not. The ones who stayed. The ones who stayed. She looks at them differently now. The dates beneath each portrait. She has read them before. Without reading them. The way you read things that do not yet have context. She reads them now. The founding matriarch, born 1601. No death date. Her daughter, born 1639. No death date. Portrait after portrait. Name after name. Birth date after birth date. No death dates. She reaches the end of the hall. The most recent portraits. Her mother, who she was told died when Isaveth was 3. Her aunt, who was said to have gone abroad and not returned. No death dates. At the very end of the hall, a frame, empty. The canvas there but unpainted. A small plaque beneath it, with a name already engraved. Her name. She stands before it for a long time. Then she looks at the full length of the hall, the 43 portraits, the 3 centuries of faces, the bloodline displayed in its entirety, ash and velvet, the destruction and the beauty, the cost and the inheritance, both, always both, written into every face in this hall, that she is only now learning to read. Behind her, the matriarch, standing at the entrance to the hall, watching her understand. Isaveth does not turn around. She looks at her empty portrait, at the name already there. She asks, her voice entirely level, because she has been educated to keep her voice level. Isaveth, how long? The matriarch, from the doorway. Matriarch, as long as you choose to remain. Isaveth looks at the empty canvas, at all the faces behind it, at the plaque with her name. She puts her hand on the empty frame. The wood is warm, the warmth of old things that have held many hands, that have been touched by everyone who walked this hall and stood where she is standing and asked the question she has just asked. She does not answer. She does not need to. The hall already knows. It has always known. It was waiting for her to know it too. Later, the house at its night self, the candles lower, the rooms quieter, the staff retreated to their quarters, with the specific relief of people who have been holding a particular kind of tension all day and are now released from it. Isaveth walks the house, the same rooms she has always walked, the long gallery, the library, the dining room where breakfast is laid each morning and removed, each morning untouched. She walks them differently now, not because they have changed, because she is reading them in the language she finally has. The silver handled with cloth, the mirrors covered in the east wing, the dogs that will not come inside, the breakfast that is never eaten. She reads it all. She has always known the words. She understands the sentences now. She stops at a window. The grounds of the estate below, dark, the formal gardens, the old trees, the iron fence. At the property's edge, beyond the fence, the world, roads, villages, the lives of people who do not know what this house is, who see the lights and the grandeur and the old family name and understand only the surface of a thing that goes considerably deeper than its surface. She has a choice. She knows this. The matriarch made it clear. As long as you choose to remain, the choice is real. The door at the end of the long gallery has always been unlocked. She looks at her reflection in the window, her face against the dark outside, the house behind her visible in the glass. 43 portraits somewhere in that reflection. And the empty frame with her name. She looks at herself for a long time. Then she turns from the window, walks back through the house, past the portrait hall, toward the matriarch's study. She does not go to the door at the end of the long gallery. She does not choose it. The house breathes around her. The old stone, the old blood, the 3 centuries of women who stood where she stood and chose what she is choosing, ash and velvet. She walks deeper into the house. The night continues around her. The bloodline continues. The portraits watch from the dark. The faces of the ones who stayed, welcoming her, in their still way, into the permanence of their company.